Hello. Are you a water polo goalkeeper or a coach who works with or maybe wants to work with goalkeepers? Let's have a look at the few key areas and coaching points in goalkeeping. Knowing these helps you better understand the hundreds of exercises that you may see or do and avoid costly corrections later on. Of course, there is a lot more to goalkeeping than these, but this is the bedrock of wearing the red cap well. Let's start. Good kicking is literally the foundation of goalkeeping, and the most essential kick for goalkeepers to master is the egg beater kick. This rhythmic exchange between left and right foot is the base for the vast majority of goalkeepers' actions. This is why it's crucial to get it right. Most of the propulsive force comes from forming a strong paddle with the shin, ankles and toes point out the side. This paddle then grabs the water with a fast, downward whip-around motion and brings back the foot in an inward sweeping motion. Strong and flexible ankles are essential for a strong paddle when kicking. When performing egg beater correctly, goalkeepers would ideally get the feeling of pressure or fast water inside their shin and foot and feel the lift it gives them. Goalkeepers must whip their lower leg and ankle around in a circular motion, not pump up and down as if they were starting a motorbike. To rise out of the water in readiness for the shot, goalkeepers simply increase the rate of kicks. They whip a little faster, not deeper. Then, to explode and jump out of the water, they ideally make just one or two bigger egg beater whips with a forceful and full extension of their knee. Next, let's put together the kick and the rest of the body in the basic position and see how goalkeepers sit in the water. Imagine sitting in a chair with legs under and to the side with arms in front. This is the goalkeeper's basic position and they spend most of their time in goals in it. Goalkeeper's pelvis must be tucked upward in a retrovert position to ensure propulsion under the body, not behind it. Imagine the goalkeeper's arms, body and knees describing three-letter U shapes in the basic position. Goalkeepers' knees are best describing a U shape, approximately in line with or slightly outside of shoulders. Wider, V-shaped knees are better for greater stability in the water, but it's easier to generate explosive lift with knees in a slightly narrower U shape. Goalkeepers' arms should be light, close to the surface and ready for action, not heavy and supporting the weight of the body. Having them in a U-shaped arm spring generates additional force and lift by forcefully splitting arms and pushing off the water in the opposite directions. Elbows are best right in front of shoulders. If they go very wide or even past the shoulder line, goalkeepers severely minimize control of their arms and the help of the arm spring to reach or move left or right. The U-shaped body spring helps extending the body vertically when jumping for the ball. The extra force and lift are generated with the powerful muscles in abdomen and lower back. It is best to stay closed up for as long as practical because once their back straightens up, goalkeepers lose the help of their strong core muscles to explode towards the ball. The closer the ball and less open the shooting angle, the higher and more vertical goalkeepers sit in the water in order to stop a shot. This allows greater reach for shots further away and faster reach for shots from closer range. To help you visualize this relationship, let's divide the shooting areas into 4 zones and see how goalkeepers adjust the height and angle of their body in each of them, depending on the zone the likely shot is coming from. Zone 4 is a long shot. The goalkeeper sits relatively low in water, but is coiled and ready to active shot comes. They have plenty of time to reach a shot with a powerful extension of the body and split of their arms. Zone 3 is a perimeter shot. The goalkeeper increases the kick rate, rises, but stays coiled and is ready to explode off legs and arms. It's very important to stay alert but not overreact to ball fakes in this zone. Zone 2 is a close shot. The kick rate is very high, arms are very shallow and light, body is high, still coiled, but more upright, and the goalkeeper is ready to explode mostly off their legs. Zone 1 is a block zone. Maximal kick rate, arms are out, goalkeeper is fully on legs and has no time to react. They can really only anticipate shot direction. They are brave and not ducking or looking away. Next, let's see how goalkeepers move and get themselves in the best position to stop or even prevent shots. In most cases, goalkeepers travel in a slight arc in front of their goal. This arc is reduced in 6-on-5 situations. Staying slightly in front of the goal line increases the chances of a deflection off a goalkeeper's arm going wide off the goal. It also reduces the shooter's window, the amount of free space a shooter has to the left or right of the goalkeeper. Most of the time, goalkeepers try to square the ball with their chest at a 90-degree right angle to the shooter. This only changes at the very narrow angles with the ball on the sides. At all times, goalkeepers try to beat the ball to its destination so they are set and ready for the shot from the new shooter. For the most of their game, goalkeepers move in short, sharp moves called steps of up to a meter. A step is a single move, helped by quick, throw-like extension and retraction of the leading arm in the desired direction. Goalkeepers' torso and hips stay upright, facing the ball the whole time. Glide is used to cover longer distances, approximately over 1 meter, across the goals. It consists of 2 moves: the horizontal tilt with hips, then a fast snap back to vertical. It is of course slower than a step, but a goalkeeper can cover more distance with it. Goalkeepers can move in other ways too, for example by leading with legs and then bringing their body under, especially if very tall. Find the best way for each goalkeeper, but never lead with shoulders, as it increases drag and causes sinking. And the whole point of all this movement is to stop the ball. Let's look at the safest and most efficient ways of doing that next. The first act in stopping the ball is seeing it and tracking it all the way. This is beneficial not only because goalkeepers can stop a shot more accurately, but also because it supports the most efficient and natural way of our bodies moving towards a target. When reaching for the ball laterally, goalkeepers should lean and not twist their body on the same axis. Especially beginner goalkeepers like to twist their shoulder and body towards the ball. The inevitable result is a serious reduction of reach. The only thing that should slightly turn is the goalkeeper's neck as they watch the ball. Ideally, goalkeepers meet and slow down the ball and not slap or charge it. Slapping the ball with palms or trying to hit it hard with forward movement is dangerous not only for letting through goals, but can cause injury too. Again, this is something you may see in beginner goalkeepers. The ideal point to meet the ball is slightly in front of the shoulders. Imagine the space in front of them as goalkeepers' workbench, where they reach for tools and work with, or use a similar analogy that will help keep elbows in front of the shoulders. Best closing of the shot angle, best control of the arms, and least amount of injuries. For extra safety and security, goalkeepers stop shots particularly around their body or near corner with two instead of one hand, but only if time and situation allows. That's it for technical basics of goalkeeping. Now let's look at a different but no less important area, the mental aspects of goalkeeping. By its function, any goalkeeper has a unique and special position in a team. Ideally, this specialness is a motivation for many goalkeepers, but we need to accept that sometimes it can be a burden for others, especially when they're younger. Goalkeepers usually fear two things most: physical pain of injury by the ball and mental pain of making a mistake. Both are real and inevitable sometimes. The best goalkeepers and coaches don't ignore, minimize, or invite them. Instead, they make plans how to best deal with the impact when they happen. Mistakes are essential in learning anything, and they happen even at the highest levels. Unfortunately, because goalkeeper mistakes are often more costly or simply more obvious than those of the field players, they can attract harsher judgment by others and goalkeepers themselves. Quite often the reaction to a mistake can be much worse than the mistake itself. But anyone's reaction to a mistake is never natural. It is always a choice. When facing it, choose what strengthens that goalkeeper after mistake. Striving for perfection can be motivating, but very dangerous when unrealistic. Goalkeepers need emotions to play well, energize themselves, and inspire their team. But every goalkeeper is different in what emotions affect them and how much. Finding the way to recognize and channel emotions in a constructive, helpful, and healthy way is often just as important as conditioning the body and practicing technique. Watch and listen to your goalkeepers to find out what they enjoy and what gets them to play at their best. Sad goalies don't play well. Next is a little bonus section on qualities to look for when finding or bringing up a goalkeeper. Agility is a combination of reflexes, coordination, balance, speed, and appropriate response to the changing situation. Although height can and does help, good goalkeepers are not just someone tall, but are primarily very agile athletes. Look how easily and fast a goalkeeper lifts their body out of the water. They don't have to jump up to the sky, but they need to look light on the water and get height with what sometimes looks like a single kick of the leg. Goalkeepers with great presence in goal look like a magnet for the ball. They want it and are not afraid of taking risks to get it or stop it from going past them. They intimidate the opposition and inspire their team with their competence and demeanour. Goalkeeper is the first attacker. Their long passing needs to be not just as good, but preferably superior to the passing of their teammates in the field. Good goalkeepers are assertive. They are self-assured and confident without being aggressive. They are the team's best, not just loudest, communicator in the water and lead by example, not by blame or excuse. Good goalkeepers are coachable. They love learning as constant students of the game. They easily give and receive feedback. Despite their unique position in the team, they are at their best as a team player. Goalkeeping can be mentally tough. It requires resilience, the ability to bounce back after a setback. Good goalkeepers are also not afraid of asking for help. Asking for help is not a sign of giving up. It's a sign of refusal to give up. And last but not least, goalkeepers do best when they fall in love with goalkeeping and being a goalkeeper. This love supports the enjoyment, stimulates growth, and helps overcome great challenges. Okay, by now you may be asking, well, how exactly do I start coaching and working with goalkeepers? The simplest and shortest word of advice is start. Before you do, consider the principles you have just learned about, and then find, copy, adjust, or perhaps create exercises yourself. Even if you're kicking drills, different type of swimming to field players, setting and adjusting the basic position, or perhaps a personalized warm-up will make an immediate impact. Please always adjust exercises and expectations to the age and development level of the goalkeeper. And where do you find exercises, suggestions, and advice? Get in touch with fellow coaches, goalkeepers, check online resources, read books, join conversations and groups like Water Polo Goalies on Facebook or similar. There are many knowledgeable resources and people out there who will be able and happy to help you out. Don't forget to ask your goalkeepers. They can be a great resource of existing knowledge. If you would like Goalie Power to professionally coach, review, mentor, or consult on your work with goalkeepers at an individual, club, or entire organizational level, please get in touch. You will get the benefit of using our unique and comprehensive development chart for working with goalkeepers from beginners to Olympians. We are passionate about developing the ability to work with goalkeepers in any water polo community anywhere in the world. When recently asked for the best thing someone has done for them in sport, an Olympic gold medal winner wrote, "When someone took the time to coach me separately as a goalkeeper." You may not be or work with the next Olympic champion, but I hope this series of videos helps you grow and nurture a successful and grateful goalkeeper in either yourself or someone else. Go well.